Howdy, Sully from Tiger Bricks here, and today I have a review for you of the LEGO Star Wars set number 75388, Jedi Bob's Starfighter. This set comes with 305 pieces, 2 minifigures, 1 droid, and retails in the United States for $40. Let's get into it. Taking a look at the instructions, we can see it's just a normal sized booklet for this size set, and it's got the rendered artwork. As far as I'm concerned, there was nothing out of the ordinary with the building process. In my reviews, I typically don't put stickers on, so here's the sticker sheet that you get with it. It's pretty small, but mine came bent, so maybe yours might be a little bit damaged. This set comes with 2 minifigures, as I mentioned in the intro. 2 of them we'll take a look at, but there's also a Gonk droid, which is pretty decent. I don't personally like the Gonk droids, but I know that some people really like them. As far as the build goes, it's just a decent Gonk droid, I guess. They've been using the same one for a while, and this one's blue, so not normally the gray color. The first minifigure in this set is the Akbar Trooper. Now, I haven't watched the Rebuild the Galaxy special, but I assume this is just Admiral Akbar in a clone trooper costume for some reason. And of course, the main draw to this set is Jedi Bob, or as Bricklink refers to him, Barbarian Afal, which is something I didn't know. But he looks like the older minifigure, and I'm not going to go into much detail with that, but this is a LEGO original design for a Jedi. He looks super cool and nostalgic, and I'm just really glad that they remade him and didn't keep him the exact same because he's got a little bit different face printing. The Starfighter build itself is actually pretty neat, and at first glance it really reminds me of Obi-Wan's Starfighter. I guess the shape is kind of similar, but it's the red and white color scheme that really makes me think of that. The underside of the Starfighter is pretty decent. It doesn't have that same red and white pattern, but it's got some clips to hold in your weapons as well as some blasters to shoot those spring-loaded missiles. And in this price range, you're really looking at a gift for a kid, and I'd say that these kind of play functions are perfect. The Starfighter also has a cockpit that opens. It just fits 1 minifigure in there, so Jedi Bob, presumably. You could put Admiral Akbar in there, the Akbar Trooper, and he fits, but I guess it's just a set meant for 1 minifigure. Maybe the Akbar Trooper shoots him on the ground. And one thing that I should mention is that this Starfighter doesn't exist in Star Wars, if that makes sense. It's a LEGO original design, and because of that, I think I get some sort of Galaxy Squad vibes from this. It kind of looks like that theme from, I don't know, over a decade ago at this point. But they really did a great job of not making this so much of a cookie cutter Starfighter, but it's got these stripes right here and a nice triangle shaped body to show that it's Star Wars, but it still reminds me of a LEGO original. Like, half of me wants to say, oh, look at this new starship, it looks like Obi-Wan's, and then the other half wants to say, oh, it looks like that LEGO space theme. You know, it's just pretty cool how they did that. But speaking of the Obi-Wan Starfighter, I just want to show you guys what they look like next to each other. Of course, this is the new Obi-Wan Starfighter that I can't remember when it came out, maybe 2 years ago at this point. And you can see side by side, they don't look anything like each other. The Jedi Bob Starfighter is far more substantial, and the Obi-Wan's is of course smaller. That's because the Obi-Wan Starfighter costs about $30 or $24 on rollback, and then the Jedi Bob Starfighter costs $40 or $32 on rollback. They both have about the same landing gear and the kind of triangular shape, but I think Jedi Bob Starfighter does it slightly better. The gaps are less noticeable, and I think the pattern looks a lot better on the Jedi Bob Starfighter. Now, if you remember, this Obi-Wan Starfighter came with the first Kaminoan minifigure, but I prefer the Jedi Bob, and the Akbar Trooper is a nice touch, so it doesn't really matter what the minifigures are, but I prefer the Jedi Bob. And side by side, you can see that the Jedi Bob Starfighter is far more substantial. Whether or not that's worth the extra $10 to you, that's up for you to decide, but I think I've made my decision pretty clear. Overall, I'd say this is definitely a great set. It's one of the best sets of the last few years, for sure. Picking it up at $32, I don't think you can go wrong, but $40 might be a little bit steep. The build was really fun though, and it stands out from the rest of the Star Wars Starfighters because it looks like an actual LEGO design. It's not some designers trying to make a Star Wars ship into LEGO. This would make a really great gift for a kid, or if you have the original Jedi Bob and gunship, you might like this just for the nostalgia. That's all I have for you today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Also, consider subscribing, as that's always appreciated. See ya.